Hey guys, today I want to share a lesson I've learned today, which is to focus on the road, not the vehicle. So really quickly to explain what these two things represent. You basically are here right now. Obviously not exactly here, but you are here right now. And you want to get towards a goal. Doesn't matter what the goal is. The road that you take in order to get there are the steps that you have to take. So the actions that you take. That's what I define as the road. The vehicle is the thing that you use to cross the road, if that makes sense. So for me, I'm going to relate this to a personal story. The vehicle is actually YouTube and making videos, and the road would be the actual material I'm talking about. So this is like the metaphysical stuff, the philosophical stuff that I talk about. That is the road, and the vehicle is YouTube. So through YouTube, I'm actually taking steps toward exploring philosophical things and metaphysical underpinnings in order to get to my goal. So you probably have experiences as well where you set a goal, for example like me, and your motivation is very high. At the beginning, usually you're very excited to work on it, no matter the goal, and you can't wait to get started. So you're really excited about the road as well as the vehicle. You're excited about YouTube, for example, and you're as well excited about the material. So about like the content, I would say. Not to be confused with YouTube content. So suddenly what happens, and this happened for me, is that you stop getting excited about the road because you're too focused on the vehicle. So what happened for me is I was really loving the content. I was really enjoying reading about this stuff, exploring it, journaling on it, pondering on it, exploring it, discovering it, stuff like this. And I suddenly kind of dropped a bit of interest in this. And this wasn't necessarily because it wasn't as interesting, but the reason for that is because my attention was more on YouTube. So your attention is always going to go somewhere. You have like 100% of your attention, and the problem is that your attention is probably going towards the wrong things if you're not getting the right results. So for me, what happened is at the beginning, my attention was like 95% content and like 5% YouTube. What happened then is I started seeing some nice results from YouTube, so my attention started going much more towards YouTube. And I think it was probably around 30%, even more, like 40% that went towards YouTube. And only about 60 to 70% that actually went towards content. And that meant that the content I was consuming became a little bit less interesting because I was too focused on YouTube, so my attention was also less there. Now, as a result of this, what happened is I kind of stopped recording as much. I stopped reading as much. I stopped consuming as much. Not because I didn't enjoy it, but because I was too focused on the vehicle. And the vehicle actually does not get you to where you want to be directly. Very important thing to understand, the road does. So in my example, YouTube is not the thing that would get me to my goal. The content is. YouTube is going to help me get there in an indirect way because it's the vehicle, it's what you need, but the road is actually the thing you need to get there. So if we take this example and actually compare it to an actual road, you obviously need the car to get to your destination, but I'm so terrible at drawing cars, by the way, I don't even know. Anyway, the vehicle helps you get towards your goal indirectly, but you definitely need the road as well in order to get there. And if you had to choose one thing to get to your goal, would you rather have the road or the vehicle? I guess you would choose the road even if you had to walk, because then you can actually get towards your goal. If you just choose the vehicle and you couldn't choose the road, there's no guarantee that you would reach your goal. Okay? Hope this is a pretty good example. I personally think it's a really good example. But this happens basically, you end up not going where you want to go because you're so focused on the vehicle that you forget about the road, and the road is actually the thing that's going to get you towards your goal. So the key is, first of all, finding the right road, which is not as easy, but it's a process, and then keeping your attention focused on the road. There's an energetic component to this that I won't dive into right now, but it basically involves that it's not entirely that your road is not the right road if it isn't as interesting. It's more so something energetic. But for now, just keep in mind that you have a vehicle and you have a road. And the most important thing is to first of all love the road, love the things you're doing. And second of all, make sure that you don't focus on the vehicle too much, because the road is the thing that gets you towards your goal. The vehicle is just to help you get there indirectly. So I hope that makes sense. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one.